Have you ever seen a house made entirely of delicious food? Everything inside is edible. Toriko snapped off a piece from a chocolate tree and casually chewed on it. Then he went into the kitchen, filled a chocolate cup with fresh milk, and chugged it down. He didn't even spare the cup, munching on it until it was crushed to pieces with a crunch. That's right, this is Toriko's dessert house, where everything is edible. After this hearty breakfast, Toriko let out a satisfied burp. But when he saw his pet battle wolf, his mood instantly plummeted. Because this battle wolf, Terry, had been born for a month and hadn't eaten a single thing. Toriko went out to find food. When he returned home, he was dumbfounded. Holy cow, where's my house? Besides the footprint on the ground, nothing was left of the entire house. Toriko felt heartbroken and comforted himself. A chocolate house really isn't reliable. I should have used harder caramel. At this point, Toriko's stomach started rumbling uncontrollably. Fortunately, he caught a crab pig on the way. Suddenly, a shadow flashed across the sky, and the little battle wolf appeared. The battle wolf greeted him with the highest reverence, licking Toriko's face all over with drool. Suddenly, another tongue appeared. It was his other pet, the loyal dog dragon, with its incredibly long tongue. The loyal dog dragon's drool almost drowned Toriko. To reciprocate his pet's enthusiasm, Toriko personally prepared the crab pig. This crab pig had both the savory sweetness of Yangchang Lake hairy crab and the rich aroma of pork, making it irresistibly delicious. But Terry didn't even glance at this feast, let alone eat it. Toriko didn't give up. He decided to take Terry on an adventure, hoping to find something Terry would like to eat. As soon as they left, they encountered a flying wheel duck with a capture level of 15. Since the ingredient had delivered itself to his doorstep, there was no reason not to eat it. Toriko easily dealt with the flying wheel duck and roasted it directly over the fire. He used his hand knife to carve open the roasted duck, took a piece, and tasted it, so fragrant. The deliciousness is comparable to top-grade Wagyu beef. Toriko devoured the entire duck like a whirlwind, leaving only a pile of bones on the ground. However, as a foodie, Toriko wouldn't even let the bones go. He deep-fried them at high temperature, sprinkled them with salt and pepper, and munched on them until not even a speck was left. The battle wolf watched Toriko angrily from the side, thinking, I may not be human, but you're a real dog. Didn't you say you were looking for food for me? How can you eat so happily all by yourself? To appease Terry, Toriko found him a watermelon that sprayed soda water and oysters that yielded dried persimmons. Although these were high-level ingredients, Terry wasn't impressed at all. Finally, Toriko got news from an old friend. It turned out that Terry's genes came from the ancient and noble bloodline of the battle wolf, an ancient king. Ordinary ingredients from the human world simply weren't worthy of his notice. However, he heard from Jiru that food from the gourmet world had recently started to take root in the human world, BB corn. It was said that a single kernel could pop into popcorn for 100 people, a small piece was worth $100,000, and a whole cob could even sell for a sky-high price of 100 million. But this corn was extremely difficult to capture. It grew in the far north of the human world, in the Witch continent. It was literally a plant hell, where carnivorous plants existed that even ferocious beasts feared. Ordinary gourmet hunters would surely die there. To find suitable food for Terry, the man and the wolf headed to the witch forest. Upon reaching the edge of the forest, Terry discovered a giant peach and excitedly howled. At that moment, the peace flower on Toriko's body withered. This flower could predict danger levels, and its wilting meant serious trouble. What danger did this peach hold? Just then, a large rat appeared below the peach. This rat was called a peach rat. The peach on its head was for attracting females. When the peach rat saw that instead of a peach girl, two big guys had arrived, it thought, ugh, what bad luck. It grabbed the peach in its mouth and ran away. Toriko continued forward, and soon they entered the depths of the witch forest. Suddenly, a piece of bird droppings landed on Toriko's shoulder. A seed emerged from the droppings and instantly grew into a man-eating beast. Toriko launched a hand knife, instantly severing the roots and stems of the man-eating creature. He narrowly escaped danger. Just then, Toriko was tackled by Terry. What was happening? Had his pet turned against him? Toriko turned his head and realized Terry was actually saving him. The monster in front of them had a capture level as high as 33, making it the most powerful demon beast Toriko had encountered so far. To put it in perspective, the ancient demon serpent's capture level was only in the low 20s. Seeing the pained battle wolf, Toriko grew angry. Having eaten jewel meat, his body had evolved, and he was no longer the novice he once was. The monster was intimidated and released the battle wolf. However, Toriko didn't plan to intervene this time. His second purpose for coming to the witch continent, besides finding food for the battle wolf, was to ignite its fighting bloodline, as it was an ancient king. He decided to let Terry face this challenge on his own. The monster's thick tentacles stirred up dust from the ground. Terry ran rapidly upward along the tentacles. Although this giant creature was massive, it was incredibly agile. Terry let out roars, using all his strength to counterattack. The power from ancient times was being unleashed for the first time. But after a fierce fight, Terry, in a moment of carelessness, was actually swallowed by the monster. Was the last battle wolf going to be lost by Toriko? No. Smoke began to rise from the tree spirit's body, and then it instantly caught fire. Before long, it was burned to ashes, and Terry was spat out. This was a battle full of intelligence. It turned out that Terry had just scratched open the alcohol fruit above the tree spirit, pouring the alcohol onto the monster's body. Then, through the sparks from clenching its sharp fangs, he ignited it. No matter how strong its regeneration ability was, fire could burn it down. Terry's fighting intelligence was almost on par with Einstein's. But Toriko was still curious about what kind of fruit could have such terrifying branches. He climbed up to see, and he was completely stunned. Holy moly. This corn, taller than a dozen stories, is this the BB corn I'm looking for?